Hey everyone, Techni here with a comparison of two of the fastest gaming keyboards out there. That is a SteelSeries Apex Pro 10 keyless and the Razer Huntsman TE, again a 10 keyless over here. These guys are fast. So as far as in your box of each keyboard here, with the SteelSeries Apex Pro, you do get a magnetic wrist rest, nice rubber coating. It's not mushy, but it's a nice soft touch right there. Your cable is actually attached to the Apex Pro. Coming over here to the Huntsman TE, you get a detachable braided USB-C cable that attaches right back here on the back left-hand side of the keyboard. So right out the gate right there, I know the wrist rest is a big selling point for some people. Me personally, I don't use a wrist rest on any of my keyboards, even if they come with it. So I'm gonna get that out of the way here and just compare board to board. So now when you're looking at them board to board here, they're honestly the exact same size from end to end right here, both very minimalistic. Now the Apex Pro on the side, the keys kind of come bam right down to the frame, when on the TE you have a little bit of a lip right there, but again, as far as basic size, they're both pretty much the exact same. Now when we flip the keyboards over here and look at the underside, they're a little bit different. On the Apex Pro, again, you have a cable router, but your USB cable is attached right there. But again, really nice that you can route it to each different spot right there, and it locks into place very nice. Also on Apex Pro, 3 big rubber feet on the bottom and 2 pop-out feet, one level with rubber grips on the top. Coming over here to the TE, you have 4 little pads on each corner right over here, very grippy. But on the backside feet, you have 1 layer and then 2 layers of adjustment as far as height right there. Both of them, when they're laying flat right here, you have a very nice ergonomic incline, which is what I keep both of them on. Now, one other difference as far as build, on the Apex Pro, you have USB pass-through on the back left-hand side over here, which lights up a white LED whenever it's plugged in. So really nice to have that right on top of your desk when the Huntsman TE does not have anything. So let's get into the first big difference. As far as whenever we take them out of the box and you look at both of these side by side, the biggest difference is the keycaps right here. The Apex Pro comes with sprayed ABS keycaps. They are very firm ABS keycaps, but still, they're sprayed ABS, so they're gonna catch sweat and fingerprints on them all over the place. Coming over here to the Huntsman TE, you have the newly released Razer Double Shot PBT keycaps. Some of my favorite PBT keycaps. I have used these keycaps on many different boards, not just Razer, and they actually sell these separately. So if you want, you can actually buy a set of these and slap them over here, and I think you have the perfect combo. But again, over here, really solid, nice keycaps on the Huntsman TE. Now, while we're talking about those keycaps right there and everything, you can tell a clear difference from them both. Besides them just being PBT and ABS, number one, the font is much bolder on the Apex Pro compared to the TE over here, but also the RGB is really bright and vibrant. I don't think that's really just switch to switch here. Again, we all know looking at PBT keycaps, it kind of, secludes some of that RGB right there and holds it within there. Really nice, subtle, professional RGB. And that's why a lot of these companies have stayed on PBT keycaps, because again, they just let that RGB shine through. So again, kind of take that as far as personal preference. What do you prefer? A really durable, crisp keycap and nice subtle RGB, or do you want that really bright, potent RGB? Second straight biggest difference right out of the box looking at both of them here is the screen on the Apex Pro over here. And that screen is fantastic. You have media controls on it with your wheel, play and the pause button up there, skip track, and then that screen goes into play with the keyboard right there. I go into a lot of detail on my Apex Pro review that I actually just recently did, so go on and check that one out and we'll talk more about that. We'll cover a little bit here, but it's really cool. That screen, you can cover everything from the RGB to the actuation point of the switches to your profiles and everything. Really versatile, not just a fluffy screen up here. And then coming over here to the Huntsman TE, all your media controls and shortcuts are right up here on the function layer. But all right, let's get into the best part of both of these keyboards right here, and that is going to be these extremely fast switches on both of them. Starting with the Apex Pro over here, we're using Omni point switches. Now real quick, these Omni point switches are just through your main keys here, not up on your function layer or your shortcuts, but the Omni point switches can be adjusted from 0.4 millimeters to 3.6. And talking about being able to adjust them right there, they can all be adjusted bam right here on the screen. It gives you a little notification as far as when your actuation point is and how far you got to press from the actuation point right on the screen right here, and you can adjust it right on the fly and set profiles with different actuation points. Go deeper into the SteelSeries software and you can adjust the actuation point in RGB per key right there. So these switches are extremely fast, and talking at 0.4, yes, you do feel the speed of them. Incredibly fast switches. And the Omni points are 45 grams of actuation force right there, and they last up to 100 million key presses. Now coming over here to the Razer Huntsman TE, quite a bit different. You're using the Razer optical switches, and let me tell you what, these guys are incredibly soft and very smooth. They actually have 40 grams of force and a 1mm actuation point right there. Again, very soft, very smooth. You also have 100 million clicks within this guy, same as these. So as far as durability, same across the board. Now talking about the Huntsman TE over here with these optomechanical switches being very soft and very quick, that 1mm and that 40 grams. Again, with that combination of 40 and then the 1mm right there, they are incredibly fast. And again, that's great for gameplay and everything, but whenever you get into basic typing or anything, me at least, I was making all sorts of typos and I just couldn't use it for daily use. And that's where the Apex Pro really comes into play. It's really cool. You can set your switch to the really fast actuation right there, and then you can also make a profile as far as having that really low press right there as far as typing and stuff. Really nice to have the options over here. Now another really big difference between both of these boards right here, and this goes a little bit into the build and a lot into the switches there, and that is the sound of them. Let me let you listen to them real quick. I mean, wow, what a difference, right? I'm sure you guys caught that in the mic right there, but just even right here, it is just such a drastic difference. Talking about them both being linear switches right here, this Huntsman TE is stinking loud. No pinging or tinging within each of them right there. They both sound solid, but again, the TE is just this linear switch that just bottoms out so incredibly loud. I even tried putting O-rings on this, made a video about it, and it made a little bit of difference, but nothing really drastic that, you know, made it enjoyable for me. My son's room's right across the way here, and I could not use this at night because it would keep him up. Now, the biggest difference between both of them right here is gonna be price. The Razer Huntsman TE comes in at 129 bucks. The SteelSeries Apex Pro, 10 keyless at least, comes in at 179 bucks. So quite a big price difference. Again, the Apex Pro at that right at $180 is quite a bit of money. Don't get me wrong, it is expensive. Honestly, both of them are quite expensive, you know, but does that price justify going with the Apex Pro? And yes, I honestly think so. Having the adjustable keys and then that screen where you can adjust everything on it right there is fantastic, and I love it. But again, that's not saying anything's wrong with the Huntsman TE. It's a fantastic keyboard. I really like it. The one thing I don't like about it, and the reason I had to take it off my desk, again, is that sound. I just couldn't stand it. Even if I'm wearing a headset, I hear the stinking thing. It is loud. And honestly, from both boards right here, you almost want to take a few things from both of them, put them together, and get that perfect keyboard, right? Talking about Apex Pro, I wish it had double shot PBT caps like the TE over here. I wish it had a detachable USB cable like the TE did over here. Now, I wish the TE, number one, was a little bit quieter, obviously, right? And I wish you can adjust it, because number one, where I would put the Huntsman TE is a gaming keyboard. Me at least, again, I couldn't use it for basic typing and stuff. So I don't want to say, hey, I wish you can switch it. I don't know, maybe I do, because again, all I could use this for is gaming. So all in all, my pick is an easy pick, the SteelSeries Apex Pro right here. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate from the Razer fans out there, you know what I mean? But again, I'm not saying the Razer one's junk. Me personally, I had to box up the Razer TE, and it's been sitting in my closet. I just could not use it daily, right? The Apex Pro has become my main daily keyboard, and it is sitting on my desk right now. I love it for gaming, I love it for typing, screen. Again, with it costing more, I still feel like you get every dollar's worth out of it, and I highly recommend you getting your hands on this board. But hey, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I hope I was able to answer some of your questions between either of these boards here. If you have any more, make sure to ask me on Twitter or ask right down in the comments. I try to get to all of them. But again, I hope I was able to help you out, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. Hey, I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.